This morning on my way into work, I drove to the Brandon Cemetery and I stood in front of the Cross of Sacrifice and reflected upon what I would say to sum up the First World War. The Great War was caused by the hubris, greed, and folly of the leaders of Europe. The centennial of the beginning of this immense tragedy deserves our scrutiny, our introspection, and our remembrance. It is quite simply the greatest military cataclysm in our history, a completely unnecessary war that caused our nation more casualties than all other Canadian conflicts combined. A war which set the conditions for the rise of Adolf Hitler in Germany and a communist dictatorship in Russia, and so directly spawned the Second World War, the Korean War, the Cold War, and the echoes of the inept territorial divisions created by the Treaty of Versailles haunt us still in Eastern Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Nothing that was achieved in the course of the Great War was worth the cost, and indeed all of the things which evolved during that conflict would have evolved just more slowly in peacetime. Now, well over 600,000 Canadians and Newfoundlanders served bravely and well during the Great War. And it is our goal to honor that loyal service. But to truly do them justice, we must understand the magnitude of their sacrifices. We must not shrink from acknowledging the absolutely terrible and futile nature of the Great War, and we must not forget how many thousands of them were needlessly sacrificed by a British High Command which cared little for their fates. And by remembering the conflict in this way, perhaps we can ensure that such an apocalypse never happens again. And to my view, that is the only way to truly honor the memory of all of the men and women who served during those tumultuous days. Before we go in to cut the ribbon, I would ask you all to please stand with me and observe a moment of silence as we have just crossed the threshold of the centennial of the Great War, and just over 2 minutes ago, Great Britain found itself at war with Imperial Germany, and as a result, Canada was automatically at war. And so in memory of the 37 million people who were killed and injured worldwide in the conflict, of whom over 216,000 were from Newfoundland and Canada, I would ask you to stand in silence. Yes. They shall grow not old as we who are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.